Grace.
Ooh, kind of got shaky there because I bumped it. So we are a blended family, including us. There's 9 of us.
Yeah. Biologically, I have 3, and he has 4. So together we have 7 on love.
Yeah. So 4 by blood, 3 by love for me.
Yeah. And then 3 by blood and 4 by love for me.
Yeah. So we originally said that we were going to do this tomorrow, but we realized, or I realized, I don't know if you realized it,
I forgot.
we're going to be traveling tomorrow, and tomorrow we are going to be coaching. So it just didn't work out for us to do it tomorrow. So I'm sure that time I was actually going to start working better on Saturdays.
Yeah, so we'll start that next week for sure.
Mm-hmm. And it'll be a case by case. If we have a tournament or anything like that, or a baseball game or something, we're just going to have to go around that. So.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, Nick. So, Mother's Day this weekend, right?
Yeah, and our sale's still going on if you use the code SUPERMOM until Sunday at midnight. But also, speaking of Mother's Day, what do you moms want out there for Mother's Day? So there's some moms that want the whole day to just do whatever they want without their kids. And then there's other moms that want to spend the day with their kids, just spending that time. So what do you guys do for your wives or girlfriends? What do you do for them? And as moms, what do you want? It's kind of what I'm trying to figure out.
See, well, at least for Father's Day, like personally, I don't understand why you'd want to be without your kids. Like it's supposed to be a day to celebrate the fact that you're a parent. So,
I agree.
Like the way we do like breakfast in bed, and like they make their little cards,
school
and
gifts,
stuff.
and flowers, and I got one of mine earlier today. Oh, I should have brought it and showed you guys. It's so cute.
There's always time. You can grab it at any moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, personally, I just don't understand why you'd want to be without your kids
on that day.
It's a special day for the fact that you are a parent.
Yeah. I want to sleep in, though. I do want to sleep in. I never get to sleep in, ever, ever, ever. So I want to sleep in, and I want breakfast fed to me and coffee fed to me, and then I want to just snuggle my babies. Maybe go do something fun with them, hike or something.
That would be fun.
Hiking would be fun.
And personally, I don't even really eat breakfast, so coffee is good for me.
Yeah, he always asks for coffee in bed or breakfast in bed, but he doesn't eat breakfast, so it's pointless. Like, I don't understand the point in that.
Coffee in bed, then.
Coffee
That's
in
all
bed.
I'm going to call it.
Yeah, and you can have dinner. Wait, you can pick your own dinner, and we'll make you dinner.
That works for me.
Yeah, Father's Day is coming up too soon. So what do you guys like for Father's Day? Let us know. It's always interesting to me to see how everybody's so different. Next on the docket.
Yeah.
We have a little list. We have a list because we can't keep things in our minds.
We're still figuring out how to like transition.
Yeah.
Between the topics. It'll get smoother as we go. And then this will get a little better too. Like we'll get a little fancier and more professional.
Yeah. But right now we're just in our room with our offices. Gi or no gi? What do you guys prefer to train?
It's a pretty big debate. Like I came up through the 10th planet system, and I heard like, oh, you got to wear the gi to be good at no gi, and like really I talked to him. And really, as far as that debate goes, like just train. Like who cares if you're wearing a gi or no gi? Like I'll roll with people that aren't wearing a gi, and I'll just keep the gi on, like because I still have my head and arm Ezekiel's, so stuff like that. I like to sneak that in. If I take the gi off, I can't do that. So
I started to get a no gi, but not 10 Planet necessarily. I don't think you're affiliated anymore.
I am not. No.
So I did start no gi, and I loved it, and I fell in love with it. And then I did try the gi like a month after I started, so I was still really new. And then I fell in love with that, and I was like, oh no, I kind of felt bad for liking the gi more than no gi. And it was like this internal battle inside. I still enjoy both of them quite a bit, but the gi, there's just so many more ways to choke people in the gi that I thoroughly enjoy. I tend to still do better, like even competing in no-gi. And I think it's because you're faster and you can be less technical. So that's probably not good for me. But
no-gi is a lot more dynamic and like higher paced. So I can see the like draw to it.
It is faster and like that is fun because you can kind of get like scrappy almost. But
Nicholas says having the kids print their favorite pics with mom and making a collage on a poster board. That's a good idea. I like that.
Oh, that is cute. I like all those like handmade things that are like fun for and the kids actually get to like help out with, and it's from the heart and thought about. Like I think really what most people want in general is just thought. They just want people to think about them, and I think that's really it. It's just caring enough. We're not gifters. Have you guys ever read the book
5 Love Languages?
Yeah, the 5 Love Languages. It's a great book. If you haven't read it, you should read it. It helps not only with just relationships, but relationships with your kids, with anybody, learning their love language.
Because each person has a different love language. Like either you're gonna like prefer gifts, touch, words of affirmation. Oh, there's a couple more.
Yeah, there is. Gifts, touch, words of affirmation.
Acts of service.
Acts of service. So the 5th one.
I'm not sure. But like for me, it's physical touch and words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
So they have a test in it. So.
Yeah, and mine's words of affirmation and then physical touch. So that works out really well because our top 2 just kind of alternate. But then the kids each have different ones. Like our 6-year-old loves gifts. I think our 5-year-old too. Yeah, and I think that might be partially age, and they might grow and change as they grow. But right now, that's how they feel loved. That's their love tank feels that better and bigger that way. And like with me, if I'm not getting hugged or snuggled or whatever, then I don't feel loved. You know. So it's how to make sure the person that you're trying to love is feeling that love. Because like if he goes and does the dishes, to me, that's respect. As I don't feel love, I feel respected because he's my partner and he should help out. But I don't feel loved from it. I'm just like, thanks for doing the dishes. I didn't want to do them. I hate the dishes.
So if you haven't checked out that book, definitely check it out. 5 Love Languages.
That wasn't on our list. Sorry, we got off topic. I love that book though.
So back to the gi, no gi, like just train.
Yeah, I think just train. I don't understand the politics of it, but do you guys prefer one or the other?
Oh, I'm sure people definitely prefer one or the other.
Let us know. I want to know.
I started off no-gi like for like 8 years. I just did strict no-gi. Like I played with the gi a little bit, but I didn't like getting choked with my collar over and over. So I was like, fuck the gi. But but once I actually put it on, like I fell in love with it.
I think a lot of people feel overwhelmed with it in the beginning because if you don't know what you're doing, you get choked out with it. Troy says no gi for sure, but you're 10th planet, so that makes sense. Yeah, you can wrist lock in no gi really easily too, Troy. So let's work on those wrist locks.
Become that dirty wrist locker.
Yeah, rep us over there. Represent.
I think watching no-gi is a little more fun too, unless you're really deep into really watching like the technical matches and like obviously no-gi also has that, but in the gi somebody that doesn't follow the sports side of it as much, it just looks like they're just kind of hanging out in a position, which some matches they do, but I like to watch it all.
I like to watch it all, but I like them both almost equally, but probably the gi just a little bit more because you can choke people more with it.
Yeah, lapel guard.
But I have to train both to feel good about myself. Next, competitions. Competitions in general, but also, do you feel like people need to compete to continue their progress in jiu-jitsu, like to belt up? I personally don't think so, but some people do require that.
I think it's a good, a good gauge on where you're at, because when you're rolling with your teammates, you know their game. So you know what they like to go for. I roll against her, I'm watching my wrists every single match. And if I can watch my wrists, I can a lot of times shut down her game. But if you're going against somebody in competition and you don't know their game and you haven't really looked them up, it's a good gauge on where your skill level is. But personally, I don't think that you should be required to compete in order to rank up.
I don't think you should be required to, but I do think that it's a great experience and everybody should try it at least once. Sure. But that's more on a personal level too. Like when I first started jiu-jitsu, I told him repeatedly, I'm not competing. I'm doing this for fun. That's all I'm doing it for. And I still only I just do it for fun. But competition is fun. So.
It's a process. Your nerves get so high, and then you step on that scale, and then you make the weight, and then you wait in the bullpen, and then you step on the mat, and then it's a crazy experience.
And you it's testing yourself in a way that I've never been tested before, physically, mentally, and it's just, and then meeting all the people, it's the most beautiful experience ever. And I wish people could feel that happiness. And so I think that people should try it to see if they like it. But I don't think it's necessary to build up, because I know there's lots of people that do jiu-jitsu for more of a self-defense aspect, or, not necessarily, they don't want to be competitors. They're not competitors by nature. And I don't think that should hold them back from belting up. And if I sound terrible, I'm recovering from it.
She's got the Ebola. I actually have quite a few friends that I've met in competition, like Nick Kugelman, like my buddy. Shout out. Yeah, shout out to Nick over in Boise. He's a black belt. Went against him. You create these like friendships, and it's really awesome.
Yeah, I met a few friends in the tournament too, and I just love it. I just love the atmosphere. There's nothing better than just being in a giant place with everybody that loves the same thing as you. Like, how could life get better than that in general? Like, I don't know. I don't think it can.
And a lot of times you're trying to go out there and kill each other, and then right when you're done,
you love each other.
You basically shake each other's hand, give each other a hug, and then you're friends. It's a crazy concept.
It's a crazy concept. Same on the mats, though. Like we roll around with each other, trying to break each other, and
simulating murder.
Intense friendships and bonds out of it. It's unlike anything else. Maybe other sports can compare, but I don't know.
I'm not sure. I played
never
team
been
sports.
Deep into them like I have jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I played team sports throughout school, and
I never felt
I
like
didn't
this,
feel this.
Though. Yeah.
So anybody watching the fights this weekend, UFC 224? I probably won't get to watch it live.
Or yeah, because we'll be coaching a tournament, which I'm excited for. But
a big thing that happened, like why we're talking about it, is Mackenzie Dern missing weight by 7 pounds. I think it was just over 7 pounds. I don't understand it. Like I don't like. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not like this big time coach that coaches UFC fighters or anything like that. So I wasn't there. I don't know what happened with her. But if on contract you are set to make weight, you should make that weight at all costs. Hashtag the Kinsey.
Yeah, he's been loving that one. I don't know.
Well, you don't really like her as it is.
I don't care for her as an MMA fighter. I'm
legit
not saying her jiu-jitsu
practitioner. Like
legit. I'm not knocking that by any means. I don't like I could get into a whole thing on here. I don't really like how women portray themselves a lot to get fans, because it's so hard for women in general. Like I get turned down for roles all the time because I'm a girl, and it's so hard in these kind of sports, and to sexualize that like makes it even harder for those of us that are doing it like on a daily basis, and we don't have that following. It makes it really difficult. So I have a hard time with that, but I also have a hard time with 7 pounds, and this isn't the first time she's missed weight, and I don't understand it because I work 3 jobs. I have 7 kids, And when I sign up for competition, I usually sign up for a lighter weight class because I like to push myself mentally and I like to have goals to reach. And if I can cut that kind of weight for a jiu-jitsu competition that's fairly local and not even at a UFC level, not professional, it's just for fun. And if I can do that, then I don't understand how she can't when she's getting paid, essentially.
Especially having the fight, I think it was 10 weeks out. I'm not sure. She had a pretty quick turnaround, but regardless, like I don't think she walks around like super heavy like some of the other guys do. Like Rumble Johnson, he would get up to like 230 and he'd still try to cut to 170. He'd get close, but he must weigh a couple times too.
But like her hashtag named the Kinsey, she's not actually she's not overweight by any means. So to think that she's walking around at a super high weight and having to cut a ridiculous amount is insane. Nicholas said she's clearly not serious about making the weight or the sport, in my opinion. And I would agree with that. And that's why she shouldn't be in the UFC as a professional if she's not going to take it seriously.
Especially taking a spot on the card that's right before the co-main. Like,
yeah, knock her down to the prelims or something.
Go up a weight. I don't know. I know she's short, like 5'3". So 125 she might be pretty small for that division, but if you can't make the weight, then you got to figure something out.
Well, and then again, you see people that are smaller that fight in up bigger weight classes because they're confident in their skills. Well, I've gone up 2 weight classes, and that's just jiu-jitsu, but fighters do it too.
Kelvin Gastelum, he went up to 85 because he wasn't making 170, and he's been a beast, and he's definitely a small 85er.
Yeah, so it's like train, be confident in your skills, but don't go out there and not do your job because it makes a mockery out of you, and I have no remorse for that at all. I just don't. I don't feel bad.
I saw a quote from her opponent. I just call her ABC. I think it's Amanda. I'm not sure. You might have to. Somebody might need to tell me.
Tell us what it is.
I call her ABC because that's how her name goes. Said she was going to leave cookies on her doorstep every night leading up to weigh-ins. That way she could take 20% of her purse.
I heard it's 30%, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, but usually it's about 20%. Maybe she did it, and maybe the cookies were too good. I don't know. But
there's no discipline, and in these sports you have to be disciplined, and it's I've heard, well, it's her nutritionist's fault. No, did he he's not in charge of whether she's eating those cookies or not. I'm sorry. She's in charge of whether she's eating those cookies or not. She's in charge of whether she's going to the gym and she's doing her work and she's putting in the effort. It's on her, not on anybody else. And she failed herself and she failed her fans and she failed being she failed miserably.
And we're not saying that we could take her by any means. Like,
she could
I could fight her and I'd beat her, but no, it's just
but you should do
armchair quarterbacking or MMA analyst here. I mean, we did Naga. We decided to do the last Naga the Monday before the tournament, and I was up like 9 pounds, and I was able to make it just on calorie restriction. Like, we did a breakfast bar in the morning, salad at lunch, salad at dinner. I mean, it's sucked.
Not fun, but it's discipline.
So we did that, and we cut the rest in water, and we made weight.
I've never made a goal for myself and then not hit that goal, because all it really takes is that discipline. And obviously she's not taking it seriously. Nicholas said, I dropped 30 pounds to compete in 155. If you carry, you'll drop the weight.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And that's awesome. Congrats, man. But that's a lot too. That's crazy. But it's true. Like, if you carry, you can do it.
Our buddy Noah, he's competing tomorrow, and he's down almost 30 pounds in 10 weeks.
Yeah.
It was 10 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm. We're so proud of him too. He's done so good.
Yeah.
And that's why he had a competition, he had a goal, and he made a priority. And he's a white belt. This is his first tournament he's ever done, and he still made it a priority and did the work.
He's been training with us maybe 3 months, maybe 2.5.
Yeah.
So it's not like a big UFC fight where he's making close to 6 figures, or I don't know how much Mackenzie's going to make, but
no, but he's paying to do this tournament, and she's getting paid to cut the weight, and she's still not making it. So essentially, because that's her job. Okay, I could go on forever about that.
Enough's enough. So obviously, we love wrist locks.
Wrist locks, rules, which is on our shop. Shameless.
No pressure.
Hi, John Kenneth.
So as far as wrist locks go, I feel like they are pretty taboo still. I think that they are in the same category as wrist or leg locks were. Like I think our leg locks are quite a bit like more accepted now.
Partially due to Danaher, Death Squad, and all those guys.
Danaher, Death Squad, and they brought it to the forefront and made people realize, 50% of your body, and we're lacking in that area. But as far as wrist locks, like I love them. I don't care if people get pissed if I wrist lock them.
My idea on that is that it's a submission, and if you don't like it, learn how to defend it. That's it, really. I mean, and you can defend wrist locks too, because when I post on his body in some of our videos, you'll see I have my post like this, because if I go like this, my wrist is getting wrist locked. There's ways to defend them. You know, you learn how to do it. If you don't like it, learn how to not get stuck in it.
Yeah. I've actually been seeing a lot more like wrist lock like videos and stuff like that, like tutorials. So I think it is starting to become a little more, I don't know if mainstream's the right word, but a little more accepted.
John Kenna says you always talk about wrist locks. I think you have problems, not like Mackenzie Dern problems, but still. I definitely have problems. I'm addicted. That's why I had to get grounded for tournaments. That was so sad. But now I'm a blue belt, and I never, ever have to be grounded again.
If you guys don't want us to talk about wrist locks anymore, just tell us, and maybe we'll try to not talk about them, but we'll see.
Say things like that.
It's like, oh, gosh.
Good night, Nick. Have a good night.
But as far as, they are somewhat taboo now.
Yeah, when I visit other gyms, because we travel and train a lot, I always have to ask, hey, are wrist locks allowed here? And sometimes they're like, well, just ask your training partner first. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're like, oh yeah, go for it.
Or they work with their hands, like a barber, or teach piano or something.
Yeah, so I try to be respectful, but I want to be one of those people that makes wrist locks like known and accepted, because they're amazing and they're beautiful and they're everywhere, and I love them so much. I do have a problem. They had like a wrist locks anonymous. Like I should probably sign up for that.
Like I don't know if you guys can see it, but like the flexibility in this wrist, here we go, it's decent. I've been wrist locked a couple times. That one, that's from like a couple wrist locks popping. So
it wasn't me. I didn't do that either.
So, but that might have been partially training through the injury. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not good about that either. But
like I've had my ribs popped and I'll still go. Like I'll tap a little quicker. But personally, like I will train through an injury. I guess it'd have to be pretty major to take me out. Because if it's just popped, sprained or something, I'll tape it up.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that my elbow is still sprained and it's not healing. I can't do push-ups or pull-ups on it right now.
That was in February that she got her arm tore off.
And it hurts still. Really bad.
I try to show techniques and
I'm like, tap, 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 tap.
Please in my arm.
You can't even get through them. And, there's this thing called a doctor that you could go to. But this is my fear. I'm going to go to the doctor. The doctor's going to be like, you take 6 weeks off of training. And I'm going to be like, hard pass on that, man. And then I just wasted money. Well, I could buy a new gi, so why go to the doctors?
So do you guys train through the injuries? I do. I definitely trained through the injuries. I haven't had any major ones though, so we'll see once my knee blows out or something.
And it's gonna, because it sounds like Rice Krispies.
Yeah, that's it.
And goes, it talks to you when he bends down.
I have no problem tapping, but
I'm dying.
yeah, I have no problem tapping. But if once you're in it long enough, you're guaranteed to get cauliflower ear. You're guaranteed to blow out your knee.
I have some cute little cauliflower ear. It's cute because it's still tiny.
It's getting there.
He's getting his is.
It's not too bad.
But he's got a lot more than I do. It's pretty thick, actually. Ooh, cauliflower ear. Well, real quick, John Kenneth says they shouldn't have a make weight hotline. What would they do? Call him up and be like, hey, I have like a week left and I'm 10 pounds up still.
I really want to eat this Twinkie, but
ooh,
should I?
Yeah, that's a good one. And they're like, no, don't put that Twinkie down. Put a lock on your fridge.
Throw it in the trash right now.
John Kenneth, I just also want to say congratulations on winning your
that man cave makeover. That's amazing.
Makeover.
We're definitely coming over now.
Yeah, we'll be real friends. Like really real friends. Okay, sorry, off topic again. Cauliflower ear. We should talk about cauliflower ear. Some people love it, some people hate it. What do you guys think about it? I think it's a part of the sport and it's a part of your passion. And I think anything that has to do with your passion shouldn't be frowned upon. So, like, personally, I think his ears are attractive because it's part of his passion. It shows me that he takes his, he loves what he loves. And there's nothing better than seeing that light in people's eyes, especially when you care about them. John Kenneth says he trains through injuries. That's because he's tough. And also that he does want more cauliflower ear. Smart.
I think, like, it'll sound weird, but I think it's kind of a badge of honor. Like, you work to get that. And I know a lot of people's ears are different, but, like, you went through the grind and you built that up. And if you don't like getting cauliflower ear, just get the surgery.
Yeah,
cut it out.
I've looked it up. There's plastic surgery to fix that if you don't like it. I don't necessarily want cauliflower ear because I am a girl and there's part of that female in me that cares a little too much about things. But I get it. And I think it's cute right now because it's little.
We'll see in a couple years.
And John Kenneth says, he agreed, you aren't rich until you have something you can't buy. Why would you say that? You think they're going to be big in a couple of years? Mine are slow build up. So, like, some people's will just, like, blow up instantly. Mine are, like, super slow. So you can't train it because it's, like, slow build up. And that's kind of how his is, too.
So mine have been.
But his are a lot thicker. But that's 13 years. So if mine look like that in 13 years, I'll probably still be doing pretty good. But I started with the gi a lot earlier than he did, and I think that kind of makes it worse. You think so?
You see a
lot more
of
that friction.
Yeah, but you see a lot of wrestlers with massive cauliflower ear.
But they're super into pressure more than jiu-jitsu, I would say.
Maybe.
We should be better at pressure. I want to learn wrestling just so I can be better at jiu-jitsu. Same with like judo, though. What do you guys implement your training with?
Supplement.
Implement.
Jiu-jitsu, more jiu-jitsu. And some judo.
And kettlebells.
But I haven't been hitting those very hard.
I don't like them.
There's just something about lifting weights, like, you feel great, but
it's boring.
I don't know. Like, I could take that hour I did working out and train and get 100 reps in whatever technique I'm going after. Favorite jiu-jitsu products? You wrote it down.
Favorite jiu-jitsu products. What are your favorite jiu-jitsu products?
I really like the soaps we just got. Like, I like this, There's some right there. Getting the mat cooties off of you while you're right after training, like showering with the stuff with the tea tree and stuff. We just got some from
I don't know how to say it.
We apologize if we're butchering your name, but is it Kalia? I think.
Yeah.
What's her company called?
Oh, it's like, I can't say it to save my life. But I did make a post about it. Yeah. I did make a post about it, but she sent us these cute little soaps and like a little book for the kids to read, and it was super cool. But Grappler soap is huge because back cooties are gross.
Yeah. I don't want to deal with staph. I don't even want to deal with ringworm.
The name, I know it's not worms, but it grosses me out. Also, I like Arnica gel, which is like you can get it at Walmart or whatever, but it's like homeopathic and it's good for bruises and swelling. Like I work at a school, so when you get those handprint bruises all over your arms, doesn't look good or professional. So I use the Arnica gel to like help the bruising go away really quickly, and it works really well.
It sounds hippie woo woo, but it does work.
Yeah, he didn't believe me, but he stole like 2 of my Arnica gel things. So
That's true.
It does work. Obviously tape. What's your favorite tape brand though? Monkey tape, or is that the one you guys were telling me about? I'm not good at that. But I don't know. Do you have any more?
Nope. So yeah, that's all we really wanted to talk about today.
Hi, April. She said she uses Arnica on everything.
Yeah, I mean it does work. Like, I mean, I've only tried it on injuries, so I don't know if it'll make me prettier or anything. But
this face doesn't need to be prettier. It's so pretty.
But it does work. So really, what we use is definitely like soaps, like the tea tree type, like kind of like defense soap, but I don't use defense soap.
Yeah, like just a homemade grappler soap with the tea tree oil and coconut oil and stuff.
And the Arnica gel.
It smells so good. She says you never know, it could make you prettier.
I'm gonna start tonight. Wait, April, are you calling me ugly? This is not a very good first impression.
He's kidding. You're a pain.
But yeah, so that's really what we want to talk about tonight. If you guys got any questions, like it could be about anything off the cuff or anything like that. But
yeah, we want you guys to interact. We want to get some interaction too. And for some reason, it doesn't show us all the comments. So if we're not shouting out to you, like repeat it, because it doesn't show us everything when we're live. We go through later on and we're like, oh, there's half these comments we didn't see. So
and we feel rude because we didn't answer them. Like we try to answer everything, but
yeah, we do, because we care about all of you guys, and we just want to say thank you so much. Also, last but not least, we have officially launched our membership site.
Mm-hmm. It officially launched today. I sent an email out to those that signed up on the opt-in page, so they're in the know. But now you are in the know. The link is in the description. It's right about there on the desktop, but probably different on mobile. So yeah, that launched, and I mean it's super affordable, and I have a list of things that you can get from it.
Yeah, there's so much, and our goal in life is to spread jiu-jitsu to everybody, regardless of income. And so we try to make everything as affordable as we can, and we try to make it worth your while too. It's got a lot to offer in there.
No, we love jiu-jitsu. We just want to spread jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. We're addicted.
And like we said in the beginning, Supermom at www.cauliflowerearfamily.com. You can get 10% off your purchase on anything.
On anything. And Father's Day is coming up. Mother's Day stuff probably won't be there in time for Mother's Day anymore. because it does take about 3 to 5 days, business days for shipping. But Father's Day is coming up, so get a head start on that while the discount code is still up. And then, like we said, the membership site is up, and that is huge for us. We're super excited. So let us know what you think too. If you guys have any comments or constructive criticism, just send us a message. We'd love to hear from you guys. And also let us know what you want to hear on the next podcast, which should be next Saturday.
Next Saturday. I don't think we have anything going on. Like I told, and for Technique Tuesday, I said we were going to do this one on Saturday. But like I said, we will be coaching. So I don't know doing it on the road, how effective that would be. So, and we have to drive 5 hours.
Yep.
So
it'll be fun. We'll keep you guys updated.
But we will be back again on Tuesday.
John Kenneth says I need to go to the doctor.
She did. And they said it's a virus.
Oh, because of my cough. I didn't know if he was talking about my arm. I did go to the doctor's and he said I'm fine. I went today.
But yeah, look out for Technique Tuesday. It'll probably be about 7. Is that what we decided?
Yes.
7.
So we're trying to make it better for the East Coast because we have a lot of East Coast followers.
7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, so we will see you again on Tuesday. Yeah, or we'll see your comments and your likes and all that stuff tomorrow or tonight even. But
we'll get to interact with us.
This on Technique Tuesday and this. But mostly this.
Yeah, he's not conceited.
All right, we love you guys. Thanks for watching.